All right, so today was day two of 75 hard. I ended up doing back day today. I just completely destroyed my back. It's a little sore already. Um, I've been going in the evenings. I kind of want to move it to the mornings, but I'm always going to bed pretty late. Like right now, it's midnight. Um, so it's pretty late. But just to kind of get right into it, so I ended up choosing three different things. I felt like yesterday was a little bit all over the place, not really structured. So I figured it'd make it a little bit more structured today, and just chose three things and just kind of go into what I thought it meant or what I got from it, right? From those three things that stood out to me. Um, they're a little long, but the first one was he mentions here being financially rich and having the ability to live like a millionaire are fundamentally two very different things. Money is multiplied in practical value depending on the number of W's you control in your life. Those W's are what you do, when you do it, where you do it, and with whom you do it. He calls these the freedom multiplier. Using this as our criterion, the 80-hour per week, 500,000 per year investment banker is less powerful than the employed, a new rich who works 1/4 the hours for 40,000, but has complete freedom of when, where, and how to live. The former 500,000 may be worth less than 40,000, and the latter's 40,000 worth more than 500,000 when we run the numbers and look at the lifestyle output of their money. So right here, essentially, what I got from this is he's basically saying that although this person is only making $40,000 a month and the other person is making 500,000 a year, he's a banker. He's like, that suit and everything looks nice. The person with $40,000 a month is actually richer or better equipped in a better spot than the guy making 500,000 because he's basically slaving himself away, working 80 hours per week. That's double what the usual people work, which is 40 hours. So this guy's doing overtime on overtime, and he's essentially right because the person is making $40,000 a month, even though that is a lot. That's somebody's income in a year. Um, that person really is a lot richer than the other person because they have the time and the place, the location. They have everything basically set up for themselves to be in a better spot. Um, Whereas the other person, they might have all the money in the world, but they don't have the time nor the location to be able to actually, take advantage of it, have fun with it. Um, that's what I got from that first part. The second thing that I noted here is I believe these kind of go together, but different is better when it is more effective or more fun. If everyone is defining a problem or solving it in one way and the results are subpar, this is the time to ask, what if I did the opposite? Don't follow the model that doesn't work. If the recipe sucks, it doesn't matter how good a cook you are. And what I took from this is forgot who says this quote, but insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting things to change. Is kind of essentially what he's saying. Like if these things that they're doing, sure, maybe it works. Like it's kind of like the law of volume. If you do a lot of something, eventually it's gonna work, right? But is it actually working to the best that it can? Is kind of what it's saying. Like, okay, cool, this is subpar. It works, but is it beneficial? Is it actually working to where it could be? I believe Alex Hormozy kind of talks about this a lot as well, where he talks to business owners, and sometimes they come to him and they're like, "I have this business, it's doing really well, but I also have these two businesses, and they're putting all the time and effort into the two businesses that aren't doing too well." And he just kind of tells them, why don't you just focus on the one that's working the best and you just keep putting more time into that one since you know it works and it makes the most money. It's kind of like a no-brainer once you hear it out loud. But I think I kind of went off script there, but it's kind of what he mentions. Like if the stuff that's usually being done is subpar and not really working, that's kind of when you sort of start doing other things so you can make it better and less time, less effort, less money. It would just be better. Um, and then this other the last part that I really like, just to, like I said, I'm in the financial industry, so he kind of goes into that a little bit in finances. This is kind of long. I was just gonna highlight a few things, but I ended up just highlighting everything. I just put a little line, and yes, I'm using pink. Um, but so it goes over the retirement is worst case scenario insurance. And it kind of opened up my mind a little bit as well because this is kind of what I've been thinking, but I didn't know how to word it out. But I think he words it out perfectly here, where like you don't really ever want to retire because once you retire, you're gonna get bored out of your mind the first week. You're gonna be like, well, what am I doing? You know? But just to read them out loud, retirement planning is like life insurance. It should be viewed as nothing more than a hedge against the absolute worst case scenario. In this case, becoming physically incapable of working and needing a reservoir of capital to survive. Retirement as a goal or final redemption is flawed for at least three solid reasons. Number one, it is predicted. It is predicated on the assumption that you dislike what you are doing during the most physical capable years of your life. This is a non-starter. Nothing can justify the sacrifice. Most people will never be able to retire and maintain. This is number two. Most people will never be able to retire and maintain even a hot dogs for dinner standard of living. Even 1 million is chump change in a world where traditional retirement could span 30 years and inflation lowers your purchasing power 2 to 4% per year. The math doesn't work. The golden years become lower middle class life revisited. That's bittersweet ending. And then three, if the math does work, it means that you are an if the math does work, it means that you are an ambitious, hardworking machine. If that's the case, guess what? 1 week into retirement, you'll be so damn bored that to stick you'll stick spokes into your eyes. You'll probably option to look for a new job or start another company. Kind of defeats the purpose of waiting, doesn't it? I'm not saying don't plan for the worst case. I have maxed out 401ks, IRAs, and he kind of goes into what he has. But this is very true. Kind of how I was talking. Like number one, if you're always looking towards retirement, he's kind of right. Then that means that whatever you were doing, you hated it. So you basically slaved away for 30, 40 years just thinking about retirement. Oh, I'm finally gonna retire, blah blah blah. Uh it's very true. Like if you're really focused on that retirement, then that just means that whatever you were doing, you just never enjoyed it, never liked it. It wasn't going towards anything. Um, the other reason, number two, most people will never be able to retire and maintain even a hot dog for dinner standard of living. Is very true. As inflation goes up, the stock market goes fluctuates. You never know. Kind of how I talked in my last video. That 401ks. Let's say the market goes down at your time of retirement. That means they would have to do double for it to go back to where it was. And usually when it goes back up, it goes back in increments. It goes 20%, 10%, 15, and then maybe you'll finally reach back to where it was. But it takes time, and if you're already at retirement, you're basically you don't have the funds. You have to live below your means, essentially, or get a job to be able to cover the costs that you might have had. Um, and third, that's the one that I agree with 100%. I feel like of course, I'm only 25, but like I know for a fact that once I reach 70, once I reach a retirement age, I'm gonna want to continue working. Of course, I'll take my little vacations and take time off, but I feel like I would want to continue to be working. I wouldn't be able to just sit there. Um, not doing, or I would at least be pursuing something, a hobby. I don't know. I would be doing something because I would I would get bored. Um, but those are some of the things that stood out to me on these 10 pages that I read. So progress, progress for my goals. So yesterday or today, of course, I'm gonna work 9 to actually 5:30 today. So I wasn't able to actually go out there and start door knocking till like 6:30 ish, almost 7. I hadn't ate all day, so I came home. I ate something real quick, let my phone charge. So just to kind of get ahead of that, now I'm gonna make sure that this is charged so I could take it with me, so I could have less. I don't have to wait for my phone to charge. The reason I had to wait for my phone to charge is because we use an app that allows me to kind of tally my stuff. So what I did today, I was still able to, I guess, meet the standards. Oh, damn, I can't see it. Hold on. Meet the standards that I wanted to, as well as yesterday. So yesterday I ended up doing uh 17 doors knocked for homeowners that I talked to, and one appointment that I set. Today I did 17 as well. I talked to 7 homeowners and I was able to set one appointment. So we're still there. One appointment set. This one is gonna be till next week, sadly, but it was set. Um Yesterday's appointment that I set up, they ended up not answering. Like I said, I'm gonna do 10. Someone won't qualify, someone open. It's a numbers game, the volume. But so far, I feel like those numbers are pretty good because essentially for every 10 people that I'm talking to, I'm getting at least one from these numbers. I know it was a little bit less, but I'm just rounding up. Um, yeah, I'm just rounding up because today I did 7 and I got one. Yesterday I did 4 and I did the one. So the numbers kind of are there. Um, I'm just gonna average it up to 10. So I guess wherever I'm at, I've been having luck because before I was door knocking in a different section and I felt like I talked to probably 100 people and nobody wanted to, or maybe it's just that I'm getting better. Who knows? But that was the progress from yesterday. Um, for the goals that I've set. Uh, I got a few likes on TikTok. Hopefully we can continue going. You know, But yeah, that was day 275 hard. I drank my water, did the pages as my outside workout since I'm out walking, door knocking and stuff. I'm using that as my outside workout. So technically it is. Plus I work outside. So I'm counting that as the workout outside of 45 minutes because I'm out there a lot more than 45 minutes. Um, and what else? The diet, I guess I'm in a diet because I eat like once a day. It's not a good diet, but I should probably try to focus more on that. As more income comes, I'll probably buy prep meals or something, just so I don't have to worry about it, and I could be more healthy. But as today goes, I'm gonna continue just going as it is, just grinding. What did I miss? I drink the gallon of water. I did my 45 minute at least workout inside, 45 minute outside, read the 10 pages, took the picture. If you want to see the picture, go to my TikTok if you're coming from YouTube. But yeah, there it is. Hope everybody had a great day and remember, be patient. Success takes time. Let's go.